What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another Call of Duty video. So the reason why I'm saying it like that is because we are going to be focusing more on COD Mobile today. So as you guys know, there is a lot of news pertaining to Warzone Mobile, and that's mainly because of the release date. So we are already basically nearing the spring season, and that's where they basically said that the game was going to be released. And you guys already heard the news. I am leaving for the military around May, so I don't really have that much time left to really enjoy COD Mobile, or even that game, depending on when it does come out. So for me personally, I'm hoping that it does come out pretty soon so I could have some time with it, other than just having it like an April 30th and only having like maybe 5 days to play. So for me, I only have a very short time before I lose my freedom for about, I don't know, maybe a good 6 months. So I probably won't be back until like January, December, maybe earlier if I'm lucky. But yeah, I'm going to be gone a pretty long time. So, you know, before I go, I want to at least enjoy the game, even if it's for a short time. So there has been quite a bit of rumors pertaining to the release date of the game. So a lot of people are kind of just sticking with the April 30th date, which shows in the App Store. And of course, others are starting to think that maybe it's going to be released a little bit earlier, say March. So if you want to click off the video, I just want to let you guys know I do not know the official release date of the game, but I do have, I guess, some predictions that may be possible, but at the same time, may not happen. So earlier, like I said, the release date, a lot of people was pretty certain that it was going to be for April 30th. And, you know, it's kind of like a very specific date. Usually for games that are not being released yet, or, you know, are going to be released at a later time, they usually have like a placeholder date, like let's say December 31st, 2025 or something like that. But this time around, the date seems to be a little bit more specific. A few days ago, Warzone Mobile did post this on their Twitter. Basically, it's kind of like a little countdown timer of when the game is going to be released. And apparently, it's up to us to find out when the game actually does get released. But, you know, I tried stopping that GIF a few times to see if I could find a precise release date. But I think we're being played for fools on that. I think they're just going to give us the date when they are ready to do so. But a lot of people do have some, I guess, predictions on when it actually is going to be released. So apparently a lot of content creators did get some supply packages, or I guess they were sent out to play the game or something like that. I'm not really that sure, but it seems to me that some content creators actually know the precise release date, but I don't really think that they can tell us. They could only give us, like, I guess, a rough estimate. I think it's best that they obviously don't tell us, because I mean, I'm sure they don't want to get sued to the ground, but at the same time, yeah, they're not going to give us, we're not going to get the precise date. But a lot of people are actually starting to change their minds from it being April 30th to March 10th. They said it was going to be either both of those release dates. So March 10th is kind of like a weird date. I thought, like, of all days in March, why is it that one? And then I ended up finding out today, actually, like a few hours before I even started editing this video, or, you know, I guess doing voice narration, I found out that March 10th was the original release date of the first ever Warzone. So, I mean, it looks like it can happen if it does fall in the 4th anniversary of just Warzone in general, but I'm not really too sure, because I know a lot of people still have some crazy doubts about that type of release date. Or a lot of people just usually assume that it's a little bit too soon. A lot of people think this mainly because they still think that the game is very bugged. There's probably a lot of issues that they still have to work out before they officially release it. And a lot of people are still convinced that it's going to be released in late April, mainly due to the fact that it would give the developers a lot more time to fix all the bugs and just get it ready for that type of release date. But it doesn't help either the fact that a lot of players that have their hands on the game right now are posting like these, I guess, these bumped up version gameplay videos where it kind of like shows their graphics at the best. But the problem is that, I mean, they use editing software to make the game look good. And I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I think it's like just the original Warzone until I see like a kill that happens and you see the interface and everything. But at the same time, that's not really helping. And it's kind of like an unfortunate reality when it comes to games and how they're going to look before they get released, because none of us really know how the game truly looks until it's actually in our hands and we could see the graphics with our own eyes. We're seeing videos that are compressed, that are set at a certain type of, you know, frame rate or resolution. So we never really get a precise look at how the game actually looks. And that's always the case with every video that you see of any type of gameplay of any game. And that's the thing. I mean, if you look at the gameplay that I have here right now, it looks nice, but it looks a lot better when you're playing it and looking at it with your own eyes. So for all we know, it could be better or it could just be worse. We don't have any clue on that. But there's no denying that the game is a lot more it's in a lot more finished state. You know, it looks like they squashed a lot of different bugs. The game looks a lot more smoother. It looks very, you know, not buggy, I would say. So yeah, I mean, it can be possible that it could be released in March as well, but probably like in late March. But even for me, March 10th doesn't really seem too possible. I could be wrong. They probably can release it during that time. But I mean, they would have to like they would have to like work double time or even triple time to even have all the bugs fixed before release date. Of course, I mean, the game is already in the App Store, so they wouldn't have to like re-upload the game or anything like that. So just be there immediately for us to just download. They would just have to like flip the switch and make it available for everyone. But I'm not really sure if it's going to be released in March. I'm not too certain on it. But I'll tell you guys this much, it's going to suck coming back because I'm going to be extremely rusty for not playing COD Mobile for like 6 months. So even just readjusting to that game and even Warzone Mobile is going to be hell, and I'm already dreading it. I have friends like such as the one that you're seeing in this match, Sweat. He literally joked around saying like, imagine if they just released the game right when you leave or something, or like the day after you leave. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that could also be possible too. I mean, who knows, an issue can come up and they could just delay the game further. And I know there's a lot of jokes made about the release date of this game. A lot of people would post like, oh, this game's coming out in 2064 or 2034 or 2044. You know, it's pretty much become a meme at this point. But yeah, if the game releases too late, like maybe around April 30th, I will have time to play it, but I don't really think I'll even be able to finish at least one of the main camo grinds. So Orion or Interstellar might be out of the question. I might be able to get the majority done depending on how much I play, but I highly doubt it. And not only that, it's very likely that they're going to also add weapons from like the next game. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have, like, if I come back, and keep in mind, this is the scenario if the game doesn't get released like early or it gets released too late, I would have to do probably like 3 different types of camo grinds when I come back. So it's going to be absolute hell either way. So yeah, hopefully it gets released early so I can just get them out of the way before I go and then come back and just finish the other one later. I think I also made a community post asking you guys which grind you wanted me to do first, whether it was Orion or Interstellar. And I know you guys voted for Interstellar, so I will be doing that first whenever the game does decide to come out. But anyways, hopefully we hear some news very soon, maybe this week, because yeah, I mean, like, the release date has to come out at some point. I thought it was going to come out Friday because that GIF came out like, I don't know, like a few days before Friday. So I assume that it would have been that day that we would know, but yeah. But I'm sure the announcement is going to be very soon. Maybe this week, maybe next week, who knows. But yeah, anyways, guys, have a wonderful day and I'll see you guys next time.